Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of D&D live play here on my channel. We're playing the Curse of Strahd. This is week 3. Just to give you guys a... Oh, someone's got it playing in the background. Cool. That is, you get disadvantage on your first roll for that.
I tried to mute it quick enough, but I
just to give a quick reminder of where we were last week, the boys here were in the town of Barovia, and they met up with Ismark, or as they like to call him, Skidmark, who took them to the mansion where he and his father and sister live, or his father used to live, since they find out that he was been deceased for a couple days and his body is still in the mansion. They've also found out that Strahd has been kind of trying to ransack the mansion for the past few nights, or the last couple weeks, or whatever the case may be. They all retired to their individual rooms, where they each had a little interesting experience. Most notably that, at the moment at least, that Jimbei had a dream with a young girl pleading for help, and that Jordan had an interesting conversation with his patron, who then granted him immense power in order to defeat a horde of zombies led by a mysterious flying man, in exchange for a price. And then we ended last week with a striking young woman with auburn hair coming out of her room and asking what happened. And Jimbei recognized her as the girl in his dream. And that's where we left off. Did I forget anything important? If you want to know anything in more detail, go back and watch last week's, I guess.
And we should probably say every time we do this about our interaction with the chat.
Yes. We will have to limit our interaction with the chat, at least verbally, just because this is a storytelling format and we don't want to slow down the momentum of the story or the gameplay by chit-chatting as much as we'd like to. We do appreciate all the great comments and the funny remarks people leave in the chats, and as much as we can, we will type some responses, but otherwise, sit back and enjoy the show. So we will pick up directly where we left off with Jordan, I assume, being a bit shocked at what just happened, and Jimbei a bit shocked as what just happened, and everyone else just kind of shocked at what just happened, but all for different reasons. So Ireena, spoiler alert, is Ireena, comes out of her room and says, "What just happened?"
I have no idea.
Bismarck is there too, right, in the hallway?
Yes, Bismarck is there as well.
Bismarck.
I glanced down at the mess, and I'm like, somebody's gonna need to clean that up.
Ismark says, "I'll get right on it," and he goes to the closet and gets a mop and starts pushing out the goo that is left over from the zombies out the door. And then Ireena calls down to him, "Brother, who are these men here?" Says, "Oh, they're friends, I think."
I can pound a few nails if you have a wood board you want to cover the door with.
He says, "Yes, it would be most helpful, thank you." And he hands you a kind of a
Supplies.
medieval hammer and nails. You know, none of that Homer Simpson auto hammering nonsense.
All right, I'll get to work on trying to, I don't know, make some kind of a makeshift barricade at the door there.
Okay.
I think we should
I
probably
will
talk
make
about. We should probably ask maybe Jordan about what happens with his powers, and probably address the woman as well. About who she is, and
You do whatever you got to do, buddy.
all right, right
You
on.
say undress the woman?
Well,
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Jordan is not here, guys. Okay,
Oh.
he's gone. Get over it.
Yeah. Does anyone want to ask Jordan what happened or talk to Ireena?
Yeah. I'd like to ask Jordan, what was that?
You mean that's not normal? I don't know how magic people work. I assume.
I assume Jordan's been holding out on us a little bit.
I fixed the problem. I fixed the problem.
Your patron in your ear goes, well, technically, I fixed the problem.
Yeah. So for those of you, if you would all, I mean, I don't know if each of your characters would have heard of my folk hero background, but apparently I did something similar to like an entire city.
Oh,
At some point, I'm
just a random city.
Some people view me as a liberator for that city. Others maybe not so much.
My guy comes from a whole nother continent, so he's never heard of you.
I mean, it's possible some have and some haven't, but that's definitely
you
part of
guys,
my backstory.
You guys can all roll a history check to see if you've heard of him if you want.
History uses your intelligence.
I have 0.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, you don't even know who he is right now.
The barbarian's like, what's your race?
This is my first roll with this
Who
new
are
set
you?
of dice.
First of all,
17.
I rolled a 19.
All right.
So even across the far seas, Mick has heard of me.
Yeah, I mean, so Jimbei and Mick, you've both, Gash, what did you roll?
15 plus 1, 16.
Okay, so all three of you have heard this tale of this person or this man who has this he was a slave and he kind of like rose up against his oppressors with this great force, but you don't know necessarily that it's him.
Okay.
Or we didn't, at least.
Well, I mean, you can kind of decide if your character would put 2 and 2 together, but
Did you say
or
there's
you can-
also some people that would think he wasn't a liberator as much? Didn't Jordan say that maybe?
Yeah. I mean,
What would cause people to think that? Like, was it like, were your captors like?
the people that clearly lived in the city before I wiped it out.
Yeah, I was saying like, were your villagers like that kept you captive? Were they like a village of cute, squirrely critters?
No,
That
they were a
were
lot.
fascist, you know? And you're like,
They were a
oh,
mix
I don't
of
know about that
races.
guy. He kind of murdered these cute creatures.
No, they were my captors were mostly human, but they were a mix of races. I gotta remember my story. Remember the specifics.
but like anything, there's 2 perspectives on every story. So there are certainly people who, either the story's been telephoned or,
Yeah.
they have heard it and don't like the cut of his jib. So some people think that he is a villain. Some people may think he's a hero.
Right. The town is still there, and they have like statues of me and things like that. But they also didn't ask me to stay for very long.
Well, my guy's still unsure about Jordan and just goes and helps out trying to rebuild the door in some way so that we don't have anyone just walking in.
Okay, I guess I'll address Ireena Koliana and ask her, if she's okay. We heard that she's inflicted by an evil so deadly, and maybe what's up with her injury. What it is.
She says, That's an awfully forward question. It's the first thing he said to me as guests to my home.
Sorry. We were given a letter that was very specific. So we came a long way and went through a lot of trouble and almost died a couple of times. So here we are. So please forgive my briefness.
Ismark, like, he's got some nails in his mouth. He calls up back to her. He's like, "Oh yes, I forgot to mention. Strahd sent him a letter to call them here, saying that they need to come protect you. But he wrote it as father, but obviously it's from him."
What does she say?
She says, "Oh yes, okay. Well, that makes a little more sense. Still a little rude, but okay." She says, "How do I know you all do not work for Strahd?"
I think Jordan just demolished a million zombies in front of you to save you. I mean, if that's a telling of anything.
Says, "Well, exactly what someone would do to gain my trust."
I shot Strahd with an arrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a lot of fucking good it did.
I like you already.
I don't.
You're a spitfire.
So ungrateful. God. Check yourself next time, lady. We're out of here. We're out of here in daylight. You're on your own.
When we're done with the door, I ask Ismark, you guys got any wine around here?
Nice.
He says, "Well, of course." And he says, "I'll be right back." And he walks out of the room.
Red.
Yeah, red, please. Jimby, did you address her about the woman, about her dream?
I haven't told.
Okay.
None of you guys know that yet.
Okay.
Only I know that.
Okay.
I haven't said anything about that yet.
Gotcha. All right.
I was probably waiting till she wasn't around to tell you.
Okay.
If I decide to tell you at all, which I hadn't actually.
Right on.
Yeah, well, since we're done with the door, apparently, I will go up to the woman and, "Do you know where we can find this Strahd?"
Says, like, presently in this very moment, not exactly, but his castle, you can see it during the, well, we call it the daylight, but it's kind of day-ish. You can see it from the town.
Do you know the way? Is there a special way to go to get to the castle?
She says, of course, you follow the road west and then north and then east. You can't miss it. But she says, you will not have to go looking for Strahd. He will find you.
Or he will find you, lady.
Says, okay, touche, dickbag.
Did you know Priest Donovich's son?
She says, yes, we were friends since childhood.
Oh, wow. Did you hear what happened to him? Can you tell us about him? Was his injury similar to yours?
She says, I've heard many things. I don't know what is true and what is not, but I do not leave the house anymore for fear, for my fear, and for the townsfolk. They're very afraid of me as well.
Should we be
Why are they afraid of you?
Yeah, should we be afraid of you?
She says, of course not. Look at me. I'm just a young girl.
Not that young.
Says, no, well, yes, of age, of course. I'm not going to make this weird.
Oh, I thought you were like 32 or something with the wrinkles. My bad. Sorry.
I would like to go take a look at the guy that's supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
If can I just walk and do that?
Loot his body.
Sure. He is in an open casket on the first floor.
Okay.
I want to follow.
Okay.
I want to look at this guy, see if there's anything strange about him? Make sure what did he die from? Can I tell?
Yeah, can we ask Koliana? I guess
Could
I'll ask her.
we
Koliana,
drive a
how
wooden-
did your father die? Can you tell us about your father?
Would
She
they
says,
notice if we
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. Would they notice if we drove a wooden stake through his heart?
I mean, you can try to do it. You can try to make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
Hey, Gesh, keep her upstairs. Keep her distracted.
You could pull like a Jerry Lee Lewis, like whoa! Oh, I'm so sorry.
So you want to ask her? What did you say? You want to ask her what?
About her dad, if she can tell us about her father, the one who's in the cast of the previous burgomaster,
Burgomaster.
and ask him how he died, and I guess his connection to the Strahd.
She says, "Well, yes, he seems to have died from fear, just overwhelmed by the constant. He didn't sleep for every night Strahd would come, and it just became too much for his heart."
As they are talking to Ireena or Ronwana or whatever the crap her name is, I, since Jordan is beside me, look to him and say, since we're at the casket, let's look and see if we can find out what happened to this body. Make sure everyone's telling the truth and see what we can learn. And I assume that would be an insight check to take a look.
I just look and I'm like, he did.
I see you, he did.
I mean, I would say roll a perception check.
Okay,
Which is against your wisdom, by the way.
I know.
Help now.
Hang on 1 second.
Well, crap. 8.
He did.
Yeah, he is definitely dead. He looks like he's been dead a few days. He's
a bit cold.
looks a little
Well, in that
worse
case,
for wear.
I head back into Gash and listen in on the conversation, see if we're learning anything.
Do you want to check anything out, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, what is the room that we're in? Just a living room?
It is. It's like I guess maybe a dining, an old parlor or something. It's just like it's a room off the entryway.
Yeah. My little brother used to call those rooms customer rooms.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
So you gonna take a look or anything?
I don't know bodies. I don't know what my character would ever know about it. I just wanted to get a look at him. What is he like? What is his like?
He looks quite dead. He looks like he's been dead for at least a couple days. So it's
I just
not
meant like tall, skinny.
Oh, I mean, he looks very similar to Ismark, but you do not see a resemblance to Ireena.
Okay, interesting.
Do you guys want to check his pockets or anything for anything valuable?
I'm not touching the dead body, buddy.
Or does he have like a medallion? Is he wearing a medallion or anything on him? Like,
No, he's in just like a, like a
suit
kind of
tie.
like funeral wear,
I rather than try and do a sleight of hand or something or loot the body, I'm just going to ask the woman, is there anything on his person when he died that would give us any information? We know that Strahd, or we were told Strahd wrote the letter, it's her father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not your father. But I would like to know why he signed your father's name in particular.
She says, well, my father would be, Strahd he's very deceptive, and my father would have been one of the few people who would have written about me. If you had known anything about my land or my people before coming, Strahd would have made sure that it would have made sense for you to have gotten a letter from someone who would have been asking for my help.
When did he die?
She says 3 nights ago.
Was it What was the cause?
She says he just his heart failed. I watched him die.
I turn around and ask the guys. Obviously, no one murdered him. Would any of you be able to check and see if there's any magic
Yeah.
that could have caused the heart to stop and him kill
Yeah,
over?
is there a paralysis spell or something, you know?
I'll do a detect magic.
Nice.
Okay. You do not see any magic around him. The only magic you detect is the kind of like the warding spells that are.
Yeah, I think that's what I did that check when I walked in when we first came in.
Right.
So I just say there's no sense of magic around him at all.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Ismark is back with the wine by now, by the way.
Nice.
Right.
I grab a bottle and I start going upstairs.
I am satisfied then that he just happened to die, but we still have not met his son or know his whereabouts. So I asked the girl then.
His son, Ismark is his son.
Oh, Ismark. Oh, apparently I missed something then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, Ismark's his son. Ireena's his daughter. He's dead. That's what we found.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both his children.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, you said only one of them has resemblance. So,
Yes.
Yes. So Ismark looks like his father. Ireena does not look like him.
Which is good for her.
Does she
Because she doesn't look like a corpse.
Yeah.
Does she look like anybody we've seen?
yeah. Anybody we've seen?
Anybody yet, really, though.
Yeah, I don't know. You haven't really seen many people.
That's probably.
I mean, in your past life, I mean, she looks like somebody Jimbei's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the dream. I've
Right.
just been standing here monitoring the conversation.
You haven't mentioned that to us,
No,
our
no.
characters, have you?
Anything, any of
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Like we could go that route, but I feel like that's cheap. You know what I mean? We could ask like,
Right.
oh, does anyone recognize her? Does she look familiar? You know what I mean? Like, and he doesn't have to answer, but still, it's like,
I'm not going to answer if you ask that question.
yeah.
Well, since he's not going to ask that question, then I'm run out of questions. So I guess
Okay.
I go back up to my room.
So
I'm going to continue talking to. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. If they're going,
I'm-
that's fine.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Crow.
I'm not exactly a smart man, but why do you still have a dead body in here after 3 days?
She says, no one in town will help me bring him to the church.
I hear that on my way upstairs and go, we can do it.
She
Yeah,
says,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say she hasn't even talked to the priest. You know, so how could she arrange that with him? She's just going to pop up one day, you know, and be like, hey, here I am with the body.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the sort of thing where like it's not like a modern day.
To make a reservation,
Right. You just like somebody dies, you bring him to the church and they bury him.
Okay. I'm sorry, and you're going to say she said.
She says, "Oh, if you would be so kind, I would be grateful."
All right.
You said.
I tell the other guys then that are there as I'm coming back down the stairs. I think it would be good to learn from some other people who are walking around. Hopefully there are some at the church. What exactly is going on here? I think we should all deliver the body.
Well,
Anyone agree?
tomorrow, middle of the night.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Remind-
Well, yeah, obviously tomorrow. I mean,
Let's cart around a dead body in the middle of the night.
Yeah, let's go visit the witch and ask her for help.
yeah. But do you guys, your characters, do they agree or not?
I agree.
That we
Yeah,
do that in the morning.
sounds like a good adventure.
We can help take care of that.
I do want to continue talking to Ireena. I do want to ask her that she said that Strahd has been devious before, deceitful. Can you tell a time that she was deceived, maybe, or like what is her involvement with him? What's her connection to him?
She says, Strahd believes he is in love with me. He has come into this mansion before. He has tried to take me. He has bitten me, but he has not turned me.
Why does he feel like, what have you done to make him want you? if anything?
She says, "That I do not know."
We lost Jordan.
Is can anyone see if there is magic that would make her do anything for Strahd, or that might make Strahd want to come to her? Is there any magic around her specifically?
Jordan's detect magic like did the whole house, and only
so
he has.
he would-
He,
did
yeah,
he
he
see
would have
anything?
he would have found out if she was charmed or anything.
Okay. So
Well,
she's
and-
not charmed at all.
I don't think vampirism is considered magic. So
No, but I mean, like, you can tell that like there's life in her face. Like she doesn't look.
Yeah.
Pale, yeah.
I mean, she's pale of skin, but she
Right.
doesn't look like dead.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're good to go to retire because I don't think we'll find anything else out right now. But we might in the morning, especially talking to other people who hopefully there'll be someone there at the church.
I do want to ask her, does she have any emotions for him at all?
She shakes her head and she says, "Of course not. He is a monster."
How did he first see you? How did he become like obsessed with you?
She says, He has eyes in many places. He hunts for his prey, and I suppose he must have spotted me someday, and I don't know what it is, why he chose me, but
I know that he has a lot of Vistani spies. Can you tell us anything about them, or how they came under a spell, or their connection to him? It seems like they'd be more private, and would be, since they're always constantly roving and they're gypsies. Like why?
She says, "I don't believe they're under his spell. I believe they are just utilizing what they can, and because they gain power, they gain wealth. They are more under his employ than under
Gotcha.
his spell."
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
But she says, "But not all Vistani are this way."
Okay. I'm not sure if I have any more questions. Does anybody have any questions for her before we go to bed?
I'm already drinking in my room. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
I've already started up the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. Then you may all take a long rest.
Yay.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. And you all wake in what you assume is the morning. It is still very gray. There's no immediate sunlight coming through your windows, but you can sense like a haze of light kind of from outside, and you all get up and look out the windows, and you see just this gray, unsettling sky that is not really what you would call daylight, but clearly the sun is up.
So it's overcast as crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
but
can't see the castle that she talked about on the hill. You said.
yes, you can actually you can make out the castle. It's rather far away, but you can see it up. Its outline against the gray clouds.
I'm just
So it
picturing
is-
like young Frankenstein. Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
it's just lightning constantly hitting it.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of like northeast of where you can see the church from your rooms. Sorry,
Right.
northwest.
So I guess I come out, and I'm expecting to see the others down the stairs, perhaps Ireena, to see if we have any ability to get any supplies before we head out with the body to the church.
Ireena and Ismark are both downstairs at the body, kind of looking a bit anxious in anticipation to bring it to the church, and they're both in armor with swords.
Okay, well, that already answers the question I was going to ask. My question for the both of them is, do you have any supplies? I have a few items that I need to restock. Is there an armor room, perhaps, or armament room?
They say we have very little as far as supplies and armor. We have food, we have our armaments, but we are not an armory. So anything you may need to purchase, I wouldn't suggest going because it's not the best place, not the nicest for people, but Bildrath's Mercantile is the place in town where you can possibly purchase things.
I needed to know that. Thank you. Are the other guys with me, or am I alone with these two?
It's up to everyone else if they've come downstairs yet.
Yeah. Come downstairs.
Yeah, I'm probably down there.
Yeah, sure. I'm headed that way right now.
Yeah, I'll exit my room downstairs.
Well, then the next question I ask is, well, there seems to be 5, 6, 7 of us and your father coming. Are we all going to be in some sort of carriage, or is it just enough for you two? I mean, are we all walking? Do we have horses? How are we going to travel, and how far is it to travel to the church?
Well, you can see the church from the so it's about like as far as the inn was to the mansion, again past the inn. So it's about like I don't know, it's not more than like 500 feet.
Okay.
Well,
Before we-
How about the traveling arrangements?
So you're gonna be carrying the body.
I
I'm gonna
guess
ask-
I'll pick
sorry.
up the body and say, "Let's go."
So you're just like one man in the casket,
Ireena says,
like Terminator and that
"What
one
are you
dude."
doing? Leave him in the casket."
No, that's a comic book soldier right there.
He starts dancing around like Weekend at Bernie's with it.
The casket has like handles on the side for you to carry it like pallbearers.
Nice.
Well, I
Okay.
assume then
I'll
that
put the body back in the casket.
His arm falls off.
Oh no!
so is Skidmark going to be helping carry the casket, or I assume that's
Yeah,
going to be
so-
up to
Yeah, all 6 of you. So it's gonna be 3 on each side, and then Ireena will be accompanying you.
I do want to ask Ismark if we should be wary of Priest Donovich.
He says he has gone mad, but I don't believe he is dangerous.
All right. Well, my character, I'm going to make him left-handed, so I am on the left side of the casket, and I have a short sword at the ready where I can grab it, and my bow's on my back as well as my other stuff, and I'm ready to go. I'm on the casket.
All right.
Where else are you guys? I'm going to assume I'm front, left side, and I assume Crow, you being the tank, you'll be on the right front side. Where are you other guys, and where is Skidmark on the casket?
I'm lying on top of the body like this, on top of the casket. No.
So there's 7 of us, right?
Well, there's 7 of you, but Ireena is not going to be helping carry. So it's going to be the 6 of you plus Ismark.
All right, I'm gonna have her carry and let Crow just kind of walk in the front as like armored guard or whatever.
Well, best we can do is me and him are on the front. Me
I
on
can
the
drop
left,
it pretty quick.
Yeah, I'll be on the back, I guess, just to watch.
all right, right or left. I want to know where everyone's at on the casket.
I was going to walk behind the group. I don't know if you need me to carry, I can. I'm one of the bigger
Well,
guys too. It
There's
doesn't
3
matter.
on each side. We're all having to have a hand on the casket.
Okay.
And
I'll
where
be-
is she? Is she gonna walk in the rear or the front?
She's going to walk behind you guys.
I'll be back left then.
I'll be back right.
I'll be in the
Okay.
back.
So you exit the house and you start walking north up the road the way you came to the mansion. And you see a couple townspeople kind of out and about, and when they see your party, they either duck back into their houses or down an alley, kind of appearing to be hiding from you.
All right. So do we make it all the way to the church without incident, or did we get needed?
So as you're walking towards the kind of town center where the inn is, before you reach there, you notice a townhouse to your right and you hear moaning sobs that float through the gray, still streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark 2-story townhouse. So you may choose to investigate that now or later, or you can just continue on your way.
Well, I'd rather not leave the dead body in the street. So I vote we continue, at least deliver the body.
Gary, deal with that later.
All
Yeah,
right.
I agree. And I also kind of feel like it might be a Green Goblin kind of thing with a witch in the house. But yeah, I agree. Let's keep going.
And okay, so you can keep going, and you notice to your right, a couple houses past that is the sign for the Buildress Mercantile, so you know where that is now. You walk through the town center, past the inn, and the road kind of turns a little northwest, and you walk down that road towards the church. And you reach the outside of the church. It is a, let me see what it says here. The chapel is in shambles with, Church. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering lights shine through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. And you notice that there is a cemetery behind the church.
Okay.
Just do a little like, hey, priest guy.
You don't hear anything.
Can you go knock on the door, Jordan?
Should we use Mage Hand from across the street before we do?
What is
I would assume, since Ireena or whatever is the only one of us not on the casket, she's going to go up and knock.
Sure, she goes up and just opens the door.
Right. So we're able to just carry him on in.
Carry him on in.
Yep. So you walk in. The doors open up to a hallway with 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hallway, and the chapel in the back. And as I was saying before, the chapel is a shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower.
Soiled as in dirty, or soiled as in he wet himself?
Both. And you see him. You see the priest, and he's just kind of rocking back and forth, mumbling in prayer.
So he was probably going to hang himself, I'm assuming.
I'm.
Were we like, oh, sorry to interrupt.
No, the rope is just the bell.
ring?
Okay.
Well, then I just say very sternly, "Priest." Does he respond?
He doesn't, but when you shout that, you hear a voice seemingly from underneath the floorboards that screams, "Father, I'm starving!"
Oh, that's where the sun is. Dang. That's crazy.
Huh.
The sun's
We're gonna have to investigate that, fellas. What do you say?
I'm pretty sure the sun's a vampire.
I'm pretty sure we did our job.
Yeah. Well, see you later.
At least get the guy on the ground.
Right here. We just leave Dad right here. We're good, right?
Yeah. We're like, Ismark, Koliana, we good?
So, do I see an entrance? I assume we've all put the guy down now. We're all
Sure,
freehand.
yeah,
we just
sure.
drop it when that happens.
Is there any way that leads down underneath that I can see?
Not from this main room, but like I said, there are 4 other rooms that you have not explored.
Okay.
I'll go over to the priest, sort of shake him, and say, "What's up with the noise down below?"
He looks up at you. He goes, "Oh, my son, you have come You have come for the word of the Lord.
I'm not your son.
Sure.
He
What's
shakes his
wrong
head.
with
He
you?
goes, of course you aren't. No, of course. No, of course you aren't my son. No.
I turn to nobody. I'm like, really can't get the word of God in here, huh? Gonna work on that?
I'm going to turn to Ismark. Have you guys interacted with him since this has happened? What do you know?
Ismark says, all I know is that his son had joined a battalion of men who tried to fight Strahd, and he never returned, as far as I know.
So you don't know did you recognize the voice? Talking to Ismark.
I mean, I think it'd be hard to tell because it was kind of screeching, and it was also from underneath floorboards, so it wouldn't necessarily be recognizable.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to turn to Crow then and say, it might bite us in the end if we don't investigate that. What say you we go look at one of those doors, see if it'll open up to underneath the church?
I'm sorry. It might. Good.
I'd like to get the body buried.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's take care of the body.
One thing at a time. We can go around the church if we want to and bury it.
What did we bring him in the church for if we're just going to bury the body? I thought we were bringing him to set him on the altar or something.
I guess that's the question I have for Ismark and Ireena is what was your plan once we got the body here?
Yeah.
She says, well, I would like to have a funeral for him, of course. And at the sound of her voice, the priest kind of raises his eyes and stands up and rushes over to the body, and he goes, oh no, of course, we must bury him. We must bury him post haste. You will all help me. Yes, you will all help me.
Very well.
All right. So you want to do that presently?
Yeah, might as well get it done.
Okay.
Get him in the ground.
And you hear again from you guys talking. You hear again from under the floorboards. Please, Father.
We'll get you in a minute.
Do we know if he's saying father as in just calling for the priest, or father as in his father is the priest?
You have no way of knowing that.
Or is it, Father God?
And I think, I feel like it's his son, that's down there. And I feel like this one's probably a vampire. He says he hasn't eaten. And I feel like the father, the priest, has been feeding him people or something, or maybe even his own blood to help nourish his son and keep him alive. I'm wondering, can we get some blood from the corpse before we bury it to give to the son to feed?
He's been dead for 3 days. There's squeezing blood from that stone.
All right.
Let's just get him in the ground since we said we would and get that over with.
That's because I'm not sure I really want to take on whatever's down there with
I know, yeah.
Okay. So you bring the body around the back, and he gives kind of like a bit of a maddened prayer about. He says, "Please, O Lord, O God, please, O Lord, O God, protect this man as you have not protected me, as you have not protected so many others. Take his soul and do not have it return to this damned place. Please, I beg of you, Father." And he I assume you've already dug the hole. I'm not going to make you go through that. So you kind of
Good sermon.
And you can all lower him down.
Use Mage Hand for all that.
Mage Hand cannot lift that much, unfortunately.
We all lower him down, and we're all grunting and stuff, and then Jordan's using Mage Hand to carry his tie.
So you lower him down, and he kind of sprinkles the first handful of dirt on his body, and he says, "You will be missed. Please do not return to this place."
do we finish actually burying him?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Okay, so yeah, let's,
So we do that then.
As you're burying him, the priest looks at all of you and he says, you must help Ireena. You must get her as far away from this place as you can. She must get far from the reaches of Castle Ravencroft. Please, you must do this for her and her father.
Who is the boy underneath?
He kind of looks shifty around. He goes, there is no boy. There is no boy anywhere.
we heard the voice.
The voice of God, yes. He is present in this church.
I don't think God would call you his father.
Stop deflecting, man. We know the truth, guy.
Do we really care?
I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
I just want to get out of here. Taking the girl out of here gets me out of here. What's the problem here, folks?
Like,
We can't leave, so we might as well investigate this, see if it does anything.
we should take Ireena back to the
Right.
before we investigate this.
Yeah. I mean, or we could take, Ismark with us to help battle what's down there in case that it does attack us.
We don't
But I
want
think it's too powerful. I think we're gonna get our butts handed to us if we go down there.
I asked the priest, and how exactly do people leave this place unless they're buried like this guy?
The priest says, burying a person does not make them leave this place. It is only our grand hope that it will help.
Okay, answer the question. How do we leave? Is the question.
He says, there is no leaving this place.
You just told me to get the girl out of here. What's the matter with you?
Oh, you mean like the church?
You meant get her out of the church.
No. So he meant like get her out of the town, and he thinks you mean get out of this land.
How do we get her out of the town?
You walk her.
to where? Where is where?
He says,
You can't
he
miss
goes, the only place I can think that will be safe, the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk. And Ismark juts in. He says, one second. I lost the other thing.
the Abbey of Saint Markovia.
And how far is this place? Oh, you're still digging.
Okay, I found it. So Ismark butts in. He goes, "No, we must take her to Valaki. That is the only safe place for her."
Valaki is the camp to the west, on the shores of the Serapool.
And what does the priest's reaction to that?
He goes, "Foolish boy."
Bismarck, why do you think this abbey is not safe?
He says, it is but a church. There is only the will of safety there. Valaki is a stronghold. It is the most well-fortified area in all of Barovia.
Are we going to be okay in Vistani? Because it's populated with a lot of gypsies, or, in the camp, and a lot of them, there's supposed to be many spies. Are we sure we can go there and trust people that are going to protect us, quote unquote?
No, it's Valaki.
Valaki.
Ah, gotcha.
I want to know, why are you just now mentioning this to us? You never said anything about taking her anywhere before.
Says, I just got to know you.
Yeah, I got it switched up because there's a Vistani camp on the outskirts of Valaki. So, but yeah,
How do you know that?
you told us.
Oh yeah. So just to be clear, like he is saying we, not like you guys. He's saying we must take her. Like he's not volunteering you to take her to Valaki. He's saying like she must be taken there, but he's not saying that. He's not asking you to take her.
Bismarck, why do you think she would be safe there as opposed to with Strahd spies nearby? And how do you think you can get there?
He says, There are no certainties in life, but this place has proven to be not safe any longer. This church is proof that another church may not be safe. As you can see, it has been ransacked and torn apart by Strahd.
And there's clearly something in the basement. Some kind of monster.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how do we feel about this? We could go down there. It's true. It sounds like a powerful vampire, but then again, he says he's hungry. He hasn't eaten, so he sounds weak. He could be weak. So that could come in handy having this vampire person. I don't know.
I
think we need
be
to
a
go
normal
down there
human.
and figure out what kind of things
You're
we're
right.
going to be dealing with later, because obviously it's not as strong as what we're probably going to be dealing with. We need to figure out what its resistances are, what it can do. I think we all
Gerald's dad may just be batshit crazy.
Right.
that too.
That's clear that, the priest is crazy, but it doesn't mean he's.
I think there's something wrong with the boy down there.
Here's
Right.
the question: how long did it take us in the world's time, Alec, to go from the castle or wherever to the church?
I mean, not long. I mean, and you're carrying a body, so if you want to go back to the
So
mansion,
we would be able to take her and Skidmark back, and then come back to the church ourselves and investigate in
sure.
20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have daylight. In other words, or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Early in the day.
I mean, but do we want to take?
My suggestion then.
Yeah. I mean, I
We
do.
want her out of our presence at this point.
I don't know. I feel like we should kind of be her security guards and be around her the whole time and not leave her alone.
I
Well,
think
it said that
she'll
we
be
had
okay during the
down there
day.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is true.
But do we want to have Ismark as an ally though to help us out just in case, or? 'Cause
I
he's
don't
powerful,
see him
right?
as an ally at all. I'm just going along with him because I don't know where I am. We're trapped here, so.
Mhm.
But I still don't trust him.
Okay. Well, I am chaotic neutral, so I'm trying to keep that in mind of what I would do. So right now, I think I'm going to go with the flow of what the consensus is.
Well, I don't. Whatever y'all want to do about the girl, but I know I want to know what I'm up against. So I'm definitely going to investigate, figure out what's down under the church. What do you guys want to do with the girl? Keep her with us? Keep her upstairs? Keep her, have her go downstairs with us? Take her back, then come back?
So if we're going to go, what is the group going to do? Because are we going to go down and deal with it? Are we going to investigate the sound or not?
I am. Who's coming with me, if anyone? Is what I'm asking.
I do not feel the need to find out.
I mean, you guys don't all have to do the same thing. If Mick, you want to go investigate the other rooms and try to find a way down.
I'm like, Nick, seriously, this is not all of the world is our problem. There are plenty of problems out there that are our problems. We don't need new ones.
If the child is hungry and it's just a simple child that needs food, it is my duty to go down there and see if I can help.
That did not sound like a child.
Also, sounds like this dude's problem. I grabbed the priest. Are you going to take care of the person?
The priest? The priest says there is no problem.
See?
The patron, your patron says, "I thought you were a great liberator, Jordan."
Screw you. What are we doing here? Let's get back to where we came from.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone's coming with me or not, but I'm going down there to investigate. You said there were 4 doors, right?
Yes. So there's 2 doors on either side of the hallway as you walk in.
Okay.
I'm just staying upstairs and I'll
Well,
watch.
We were all outside in the graveyard. So, and Mick started going back to the church. Is anyone going with Mick back to the church?
I'll go back in the church.
One of the doors.
I'm just going to stay in like the main auditorium where I can hear, Nick and or the kid screams.
What are you going to do, guys?
I feel like if I was to go along with Mick, I would probably need convincing. And at this point, since he's the only one going, I feel like that's not enough of a consensus for me to tag along or go. Although I would want to go outside of character to see what's down there. But so I guess, I mean, we're outside the graveyard right now. Is that correct? Is that what's going on?
Which is behind the church. So
Okay.
you have to walk around the front of the church to get back.
Crow's inside. Right, he's just checking out with the sounds in the main room. So Jordan and Jimby, you guys are outside as well, like in the graveyard? Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk with, if you two are going to stay with the girl and Ismark, Jordan and Gus, I'm going to follow Mick to the church. And
we'll have Jordan have the brother and sister told us where they're going?
They're not going anywhere. They're with you.
They're just going to stand in the graveyard for a while?
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're kind of, like, I guess mourning over their father. So they're kind of like taking a moment at his grave. If you want to walk away, they're probably just going to think that you're giving them some space.
Okay.
So I've already opened one of the doors. What do I see?
All right, which one do you want to open?
Am I facing them?
Mick,
So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
So they're on either side of you. So there's 2 and then 2. So 2 close to the door and 2 further away in the door. 2 on your left, 2 on your right.
Jim Payne's telling him as he's coming up behind him.
And I assume I'm walking in from the back of the church towards the front.
No, there's no door in the back of the church. So you walk around the front.
In as we did before.
Yes. So there's 2 doors on your left, 2 doors on your right.
Second left.
Second left.
Door. Okay.
All right. This dirty room contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress, next to which rests a small table with an oil lamp burning brightly on it. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol. So it appears to be a bedroom of sorts.
All right. And now, Jimbley's, you're behind me, right?
I'm coming toward the church. Yeah, I'm asking you to wait for a second.
Okay. And I come to you and ask, I see a holy symbol. You're a cleric. Can you tell me anything about it? And we walk, I assume, towards the room, and I show you what I'm looking at.
Okay, that I can do. What is this holy symbol?
Can I position myself so that I'm like, I can see the front entrance and the couple looking over the funeral?
What's that?
I want to position myself so that I walk around near the front of the church where I can see the front entrance, but I can also still have a line of sight to the brother and sister over the grave.
Sure. You can see the front of the church, but you couldn't see in the door and them.
No, I don't need that. I just need to be I just want to be well positioned.
Crow went in the church also and is standing in the main room.
And where's Gesh?
I was in the graveyard, so you guys were just said where you're going to go. We're trying to figure out where the 2 were.
They're already downstairs. He's in the main church. I'm just kind of
We're just in the top.
Yeah, I'll probably be with Crow inside the main room to give the son and daughter some time with their father. So I'll just be in the middle.
We're looking at a religious.
I guess by the priest, I guess, maybe,
Yeah. So
keeping an eye on the guy.
am I looking using history or religion? What am I looking at here for
Yeah, you would roll a religion check.
religion?
Okay. I will roll a religion check as well if he doesn't do a good one, but I don't have any.
Well, I rolled a 5, so there you go.
Okay. Let me see what I can roll. It's going to be funny if I tell the cleric about the holy symbol.
Well, I'm only a cleric for my.
Natural 20.
There you go.
Natural 20. Good. I need to figure out what church this belongs to.
Oh.
I can tell you in more detail at some point, but it is a church to some sort of sun god. So it is worshiping the light and kind of the sun in general.
Okay. Well, I use my dagger to pop off this holy symbol, and I put it in my pouch.
It's large. It's like.
Oh, it's a large symbol?
Yeah, like a large cross you would see so it's not something you could carry around.
Okay. Well, in that case, I go to the door across and open it. What
I'd
do I
like to point out that according to the Bible, Jesus could carry a cross all the way through a city. So I'm just saying.
Sure. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
let
but
you.
he also didn't have a backpack, 2 short swords, and a long.
I will let you carry it, but it will be a huge encumbrance.
I'm not carrying it.
Okay. So you go across the hall. An old desk and chair stand against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, a sunburst. 10-foot long iron rods attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry once hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with four tall doors.
How big is this holy symbol?
It's
That's what I'm asking.
It is equally sized.
Okay. And you said there's a desk, so I motioned to Jimble to come in and see if we can't figure out anything about this desk. Is there any papers that tell us?
Before you roll to check the desk, I'm going to use my cantrip guidance, which I'm going to touch you on the shoulder, and I'm going to cast my cantrip guidance, which as the target can roll a d4 to add a number roll to an ability check. So you can investigate now.
All right. So am I investigating, or is this perception for the desk?
If you are searching the desk, it would be investigation.
Okay. So I roll first the d20. Okay. And then you said a d4?
If you need it, you can roll a d4, yeah.
Well, I don't know if I need it or not, but I'm rolling it.
Go ahead and roll it then. Yeah,
So I had a 12.
Okay.
Roll it. Go for it.
So that tell me anything at all?
Oh, yeah. So the desk drawers contain a few sheets of blank parchment along with a couple of quill pens and dried up jars of ink. And there is an empty wooden box that rests on the seat of the chair.
I take the parchment and put it in my bag because I could use that later if I need it.
Sure.
And then what's in this box? Can I open it?
Church.
Yeah, it's empty. It's like an alms for the poor type box.
Like lawful justice or whatever,
He's lawful evil. Clearly, he's got a lawful law that I do whatever I want with it.
The church is in shambles. I think it's okay.
You stole the contribution box.
I didn't steal the box. I opened it.
They're not using the money.
There's no money in the box.
But he's going downstairs to help a child, but he's willing to stop on the way to steal some shit.
Hey, you got to get paid for your work, right?
Hey, lawful neutral.
Like a true priest. You shooting at a priest?
All right, so the other left-hand door, then I go to that one. What is it?
Okay. That
Standing in the hallway shaking my head.
is a dirty lightless room that contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden holy symbol. So it's another bedroom.
Okay, and then the final door?
The final door is says time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains few broken roof shingles amid the puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and padlock. And you can hear a young man's screams of anguish through the door.
All right.
Okay, so am I going to be able to open the lock? Like, I'm not going to open it right now. I'm looking at it. Is it openable, or is it like locked and I'll have to do something?
It appears to be locked.
Okay. Well, in that case, Jimle, could you come here a moment? I'm going to try to unlock this lock. Just in case something happens, I want you to be ready to do whatever it is you need to do.
Like a really bad idea.
That's why I'm saying get ready.
So before you do this,
Yes.
I am going to use one of my spell slots, and I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Mick.
Okay. What does that do?
And basically, until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, they have advantage.
Resistance means half damage, right?
Does it say grants resistance, or it says grants some resistances?
And it says that protection grants several benefits. Creatures have disadvantage.
So they have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
And they can't charm, frighten, or possess you.
Okay.
Does it have resistance in there at all?
Nope.
Okay.
And this lasts 10 minutes.
All right. So how do you suggest you're going to open the lock?
Well, if I try to pick it, is that like sleight of hand or?
You would need thieves' tools to do that.
Okay, let me see if I have thieves' tools. I don't think I do. I do not have thieves' tools, so I'm just going to try and whack it really good with my sword and see if it actually does. Because you said it's an old lock, so I'll try to brute force it, see what happens.
Okay.
All right, so what sort of check would that be?
Just make an attack roll against it.
Just an attack roll?
Yep.
All right. Would I be doing it with like one of my short swords and add those bonuses, or just a straight?
Whatever you would want to attack it with, you would attack it like the same you would be attacking an enemy.
Okay. Well, I would use I'm just going to use a dagger then, just in case I break something.
Okay.
Okay. 21.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And I roll normal damage.
Yep.
Okay, so that would be 1d4 plus 4 for the dagger. So 5.
All right. You thrust your dagger into the lock and you jam it in, but it does not open the lock.
Okay.
Hashtag been there.
I would like to try with my short sword then, since that's how this is going to work. It does better damage.
While he's doing this, I'm going to get out get my shield and my holy symbol out and be prepared to deal with whatever's going to come out of this damn basement. And I'm going to holler at Crow and Gesh and be like, be ready. He's trying to get into the basement.
24 to hit.
Yep.
And then
why?
That is a D6 plus 4. So 5 again. I don't think it works, or maybe it does.
All right. So you bash it with your short sword, and it begins to dent.
I'm just going to do it again then. Crap.
Why are you doing this?
Apparently I'm not anymore.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
All right. So you swing and you miss, and your sword gets stuck into the floorboards.
All right.
Jimbei is now laughing. Just for the record.
I guess I'll try and use some strength to.
Yep. Make a strength check.
Okay. Now I've never done a strength check, so.
So just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Okay. 6.
You get a good footing on each side and spit on your hands and grab the hilt and wrench it up, and your hands just slip off and you stumble backwards.
Okay, that was the practice try.
Here, wait.
I want more.
Look at it. This is ridiculous, and I'm going to roll a strength check, and I'll probably do worse, but I'll try to pull it out of the floor, mainly just to make him look bad. 21.
Yeah, you go up and just grab it with one hand and pluck it out of the thing and hand it to him.
I loosened it up.
Yeah. And then I say, well, all right, then, show off. Why don't you open the lock?
This is not my plan. I'm stepping back.
I was going to joke around and say you could always use fire.
I will try once more. Now, hey, since you're letting me use it with normal weapons, I'm just going to break out the longbow.
We're gonna shoot a bow at.
Shoot it.
Okay.
Okay. That'd be 14 to hit.
Yep.
And
Mother and sister are still standing at the grave, right?
Yeah.
As far as you know. Oh, you can see them. Yes, you can. Yeah. Sorry.
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage? That can't be
No,
right.
no. My bad. 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Kind of. That's a serious bow. Yeah, I mean, it's an arrow, so it just bounces off. It doesn't have like the force you would need to break a lock with it.
All right. At this point, out of just boredom, I'm gonna walk over with my warhammer, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
Thank you. I have no blunt weapons.
So, and I pretty much what's my bonus to the warhammer? Oh yeah, I swung and just hit the floor. And I rolled a 7.
Yeah, 7 will hit. I mean, it's a non-moving lock.
Okay. So I roll the okay, and then 1d8 plus 2. Where's our d8? D8. 9.
Okay. Yeah, you smash it, and the lock kind of it's brittle enough with Mick's other blows that it cracks, and you're able to undo the chain if you want to.
I'm not. I'm stepping back again. Like,
I didn't think about it, Crow.
all right,
Okay, so nothing's
ready.
bursting out, right?
And guess again.
Nothing is bursting out. No.
Okay. Well, then I asked Jimble, take out my short sword.
Hey.
Will you open the door so I can go down, please? That way, if something does pop out, I'm ready.
Come on, knocking on the door.
All right. I guess I walk over and pull it open and stand back.
Okay. You reach down to open the door, and the wood is kind of swollen and stuck in its frame. So I'm gonna need you to do a strength check to open it.
Okay. What's my strength? Roll strength plus 2, 18.
Yep. All right. You pull it open, and with kind of a pop, it comes loose from its frame and swings open.
All right.
And the way down is open.
Oh God. Crow and Gash, he's going down into the basement. I'm telling you.
Slowly go down. What am I seeing?
Can you shut the door behind him?
I did.
I'm like, where is voices coming from?
You go down. The church's undercroft has rough hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks, allowing you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner. So you walk down and you see this figure, just barely illuminated by the light coming through the floorboards. Kind of.
I have dark vision. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so it's kind of hunched over on itself, kind of like in a crouching position, kind of staring over at you, and you see his eyes kind of like flicker in the light.
Is there anything between us, or I'm just looking and there's space and a dude?
All there is down here are pillars and a floor. So there's
Okay.
no real like.
All right, then I
things.
just ask the boy creature man thing. Who are you?
And he stands up, and you see him kind of like speak, and he says, "I can smell your blood." And as he does this, you see his fangs glinting in the light.
It's definitely a vampire. I knew it was. Right.
Who are you?
He's-
Shoot it!
Who does number 2 work for?
he takes one step towards you.
Okay. I don't think he's answering my questions.
No,
Junior Strahd.
All right. I was looking in the rules, and I didn't see anything that says I can't. So since I have 2 short swords, I can do 2-weapon fighting, right? I just can't add my modifier to the second blow.
Not sure. Do Crow or John? Do you know? I mean, daymares are.
It's just listed as an option.
All right. I mean, I'll say sure.
Sorry, what is it?
He wants to know if he can do 2-weapon fighting without the ability to do 2-weapon fighting.
I thought there was a disadvantage if you don't have the skill, but I don't remember.
I think the second strike would.
There's a disadvantage to hit with the other hand.
All right, let me find my player's guide, which is not in here. So give me 1 second.
So are you going to tell us what you see? Or are you just going to like?
How am I? I'm underneath a church.
The board.
Everyone else is outside. Just about it.
No, Crow and I are in the lobby. We can hear everything. So if you go like, "There's a vampire down here," and I mean, we're like, "Oh, I guess I got to go down," you know.
Well,
They can hear.
figuring out about the two-handed thing, I just shout, "Vampire!"
So this says for 2-weapon fighting, both weapons must have the quote light descriptor.
Okay.
This feat lets you wield any one-handed weapon in the other hand. You attack as normal with the main hand and make a normally allotted number of attacks. Then you spend your bonus action to make a single attack with your offhand weapon. So if they're light short swords, then you can do that.
Okay. Well, then, as soon as I yell out vampire, since he's not answering questions, I don't want to get killed while I'm down there. I go for the attack.
All right, so you're going to attack him?
Yeah, let's see what happens. So that means I got 2 hits and only add my modifier on the first one, right? And it's an action then bonus action.
Okie dokie.
So,
all right, go for it. Rolling.
all right.
Oh yeah, he's only attacking.
23 to hit on the first one.
That'll hit.
And the damage is 8.
Okay.
And then the second one is over 20 to hit. And the damage, I don't add my modifier on, so it's
you wouldn't add your modifier to hit either. So it would just be a straight roll in the second one.
Oh, it'd be 16, and that should still hit, right?
That does just hit, yep.
Okay. And then 1. Since I don't add anything, I rolled a 1.
Okay. So he takes a total of 5 damage from that.
Okay, and
now I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Just me?
Well, you're the only one down there.
Well,
I'm right opening. Do I roll or not?
If you want to engage in this fight, you may. Okay.
I guess I'll roll initiative as well. Ooh, 5. No, I gotta hang on. What's my bonus? Oh no, I have no bonus. 5.
Okay. So the vampire is going to go first, and he is going to attack you, Mick. Obviously, since you are the what?
With my bonus, I forgot to add. I'm a 6 then with my bonus.
Okay.
So I'm at Jim Blee.
Jim Bang. I'm contemplating shutting you in because you can't say my name right.
Okay, so he lunges at
See your name.
he lunges at you and swipes at you twice with his hands. One of them is going to be an 11, and the other one is going to be a 21.
Well, obviously the 21's going to hit. The other one does not.
All right, and he is going to do 6 damage to you.
Okay.
And you would be next.
All right. Well, so do I know then, has Jimbley come down since he rolled initiative? I know he's there behind me.
He has not taken a turn yet, so he is still at the top of the stairs.
Now, you did remember I can't. Well, I don't know if vampires are undead or not, but I did cast the protection.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to have disadvantage. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. All right. So the disadvantage roll would still be a 17.
Okay, that one would still hit then. All right. Well, I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on him, and then that would end my turn.
And what does that do?
It gives me a 1d6 extra damage, basically.
On a hit?
Yeah, on a hit.
Okay, cool. Jimbei.
I'm looking here and trying to decide what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to.
I will let you know you cannot reach them this turn. So you can hit them with something from range, but you can't reach them.
All right, so, well, this has 120-foot range, so I think I'm probably okay.
Okay, yeah. So you go down the stairs first?
Yeah, I'm going to drop down the stairs, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. And it is, so and then I'll explain it after I roll here. 23.
Yep, that'll hit.
A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage. And the next attack roll against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
That's a level 1 spell or level 2 spell?
That's a level 1.
4d6? Holy God.
That's what it says. So I got to get. I'll roll 2 and then I'll roll 2. I'll roll them twice. First for 10. And then 12 more. So 22.
All right. With all of the ruckus you hear downstairs, does anyone else rush in or towards the direction of the?
Yeah, I heard vampire.
Just on a chill.
I heard vampire, so I run down.
All right, where were you?
They were
I
in
was in the lobby next to the priest.
Okay,
Is
so
the priest doing
going?
anything? Yeah, I should probably ask if the priest did anything once he heard the vampire scream.
not yet.
Do I hear anything outside?
That's a good question. Probably not. So, Gesh, you can use your turn to get to the staircase.
Okay.
And I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
The priest did nothing when he heard Mick yell vampire. There's no reaction or like.
The priest is not inside as of yet.
Where is he?
He's still in the grave.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll run down there. I guess I get to the door or what? Or do I have to roll? Did I have to roll?
Roll initiative for the next round.
18.
Okay.
I guess I'll, saunter over there. And
Roll
they'll down
initiative
this
for me.
Okay. 17.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll yell down, how's it going?
So the vampire is still first of the top of the order, and he is going to attack you again, Mick. And I got disadvantage on both rolls. So that's going to be he's going to miss one, and the second one is going to be a 19 to hit.
I hit.
All right. So instead of doing damage, he grapples you.
Okay.
And it is Gesh, your turn. You're at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is there any reaction you can take if something grapples you, or no?
On your turn, you can make a strength saving throw to get out of it.
Okay. Well, I guess. Oh, on my turn. All right.
Yes.
Am I able to talk to the kid at all? Am I able to talk him down, or is he beyond reason? He's in full vampire rage mode now, or what?
I mean, you can try. Talking is a free action, so you can take that and still take an action.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna come down and say, "What's going on down here? Like, is everything okay? Why are you guys fighting?"
It's a vampire.
I know. I mean, I didn't know that before. I mean, I heard vampire, but God.
I mean,
I did hear vampire, so
you see him now, and his face is just filled with madness.
Yeah, I figured. Jeez. There's no talking them down. All right. I guess, and he's wrapped around Mick now, isn't he? So
Yeah.
anything I would do against would hurt Mick. Okay.
I mean, you can, with a good enough roll, you'll hit him, but if you miss, you will not.
Right. So I have Scorching Ray. I could do that, but I think that's pretty strong. That would definitely hurt Mick. Crown of Madness only works if there's more than one character. Alter Self does no good for me. I could use a Chill Touch or a Ray of Frost, but that could hurt Mick as well. I could do a Prestidigitation, and do like a garlic smell around his face, or present a garlic and see if that does anything. I might go with that, I guess, because that might freak him out and he might back off of Mick. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I guess that will be my action: is make a garlic appear. I just roll a d20 to see if that works. Is that the?
No, prestidigitation it works.
Okay.
Like you can just do it.
Okay.
So you summon a false clove of garlic in your hands, and he does not give two shits about it.
Damn it. Okay. Sorry.
It was good thinking, though.
Thanks.
Next in the order would be Crow.
Okay, I'll walk down the stairs and yell, "I told you not to come down here." And then I guess I will walk over. I'll still probably have enough room to walk over to where they're at, won't I? Enough movement.
Yeah, your movement would be to get to the bottom of the stairs this turn.
Okay. Then I'll end my turn by yelling, "I told you not to do that."
Okay.
Come down here.
Mick, it is your turn.
Now, if I manage to get out of this thing, can I?
That is your turn.
That's my whole turn.
Yes.
All right then. Well, I will see if I get out of it. What will I need? Well, I guess I'll just ask. I don't get out of it. A 9.
A 9 will not work. Nope.
Did you add that'd be a strength check, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you added your bonus and got a 9?
Yeah.
All right. And Jimbei.
I don't want to use my last spell yet. Let's see. What do I have?
Mick is still grappled, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you miss, you will.
I'm looking at my options here. Sacred Flame. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 damage. So would that hit? Because it descends on a creature. Would that hit both of them or not?
Sorry, say it again.
Sacred Flame. A flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 damage.
Is there
target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw?
Yeah, I would say that you would not be able to target him without targeting both because they're really tied up in each other.
Okay. I don't really want to use my last spell slot just yet. Let's see.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
I do. I do have a crossbow.
But again, if you miss, you're gonna fire against Big Will there.
So I'm gonna let's see. I could, because I really probably even couldn't cast Guiding Bolt again because they're so close together. What's my breath weapon do? Oh, actually, I am going to. This thing is undead, isn't it? So I'm going to use my special ability to channel divinity. I'm going to display my symbol, my holy symbol. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censoring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails, saving throw is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. The creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can. It can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
Is
Okay.
that the D&D version of the power of Christ compelled?
Yeah, totally. That's awesome because I was gonna try to make a cross appear next. Start to try carve.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Well, I just wasted that. So,
All right, so it is back to the vampire's turn, and he is going to, since you are now grappled by him, Mick, he's going to try to bite you.
he's still
And what's that?
You're still at a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Okay.
nice. Is Mick's character large? Like, can he just fall on him and the guy couldn't breathe? You know what I mean? Like,
Not that big.
I'm wondering like the size of the two because the boy's probably
I mean,
pretty thin and like
He
right?
he is a like a large teenager. He's not like a young boy.
But he's
So
starved,
he's
though, right?
yeah, but he's a full grown person.
okay.
But he's also a vampire.
Vampire.
So he's pretty strong. All right, Gesh, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to use my prestidigitation and make a cross appear.
I just want some way or another for Jason to have to pronounce that word every show.
That's the most forced word for me. That's so bad. Prestidigitation.
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 So you're
That-
making a cross?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a cross this time. Yeah.
Jesus does not exist in this world.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I take it back. All right. I mean, whatever holy symbol, I guess, that would be appropriate in this occasion or this world.
Sure. I mean, you can make any holy symbol you want. I will tell you it's not going to affect him.
Okay. Well, what are vampires weak to then in this world? I thought they had regular things. They had like what, sunlight?
Figure it out.
Yeah, they have like what, sunlight? I thought crosses and garlic would work the same too, but I guess not.
maybe you try silver.
Yeah, that's werewolves, though, right? Isn't it werewolf silver?
Well, I don't know.
All right. So Crow.
Okay, I guess I will walk over there and attempt to stab it with my javelin.
Okay.
And I'm sure a 9 won't hit.
A 9 will not hit. So roll damage against Mick.
What the hell, man?
Oh, good. I rolled low, so it's only 5.
Only 5.
And Mick, it is your turn to try to get out of the grapple.
Okay. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use this, but since I'm now at 10 HP, thanks, Crow. I'm using my
Told you
inspiration
not to come down here.
to get advantage on this strength
Sure.
check.
You got it.
So put that in. I've used it. So here we go. One roll. First was a 15, and the second is 13. So I'm going with the 15 plus 1, so 16.
All right. That'll get you out.
Nice.
So you're able to wrestle him. You grab his hands and wrestle him off you and kind of throw him a few feet back.
So that is my action. Can I still use movement?
Yes, you can still use movement.
Okay. How far is it from where I'm at to where Jim, whatever his name is?
Jim Bay.
Jim-
You're about 30 feet, so he's at the base of the stairs still.
Then
so you can-
I go and match where he's at then, as long as I still have
Sure.
line of sight.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
At the end of
And
my-
Jim Bay, it's your turn.
Okay, so I am going. So Mick is back by me. Crow is up by the only one up by the creature, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so
Sorry,
Crow's
dude.
the only one there.
Didn't
Man.
even want to be down here.
He's gonna
Now
lock
I'm the
you
only
in.
one by.
See you, man.
I'm going to try Sacred Flame again. And the flame-like radius descends. Target must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Dexterity, it's going to be an 11.
That'll hit. So he'll take 1d8.
Okay.
There's my 1d8. 4.
All right. And it is the vampire's turn again. So he is now going to focus on Crow since you're right there. And he does not have disadvantage against you, so he's going to attack with his claws twice and roll a 10 and an 11, which I'm guessing are not going to hit you.
Yep, both miss.
Okay. Gesh.
How far apart is the vampire, Kate, and Crow?
I mean, you have a clean line of sight if you're not going to. Yeah.
I would like to use Scorching Ray.
All right.
I think that's 2d6s. Or no, I'll roll first, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Sorry, dude. You got a 1.
So you cast your Scorching Ray and you miss and you hit one of the pillars which lights on fire.
Nice. Whoops.
Next is Crow.
And I will attack with my great axe. And I don't think that's going to hit. 15?
15 just hits.
Okay. 9 damage.
Okay. And Mick, it's your turn again.
All right. Since I'm far enough away, I break out the longbow. And I roll. That's going to be 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 8 plus my hunter's mark gives me a d6. So 10 points of damage.
All right.
And all of it's piercing, so I assume.
Yeah, he's taking half damage from that.
Okay, so.
Same thing with your axe, by the way.
Yeah, so I before I end my turn, I'd like to shout out, "Weapons don't seem to work. Try magic only."
Jim
Like I said before, thanks for coming down here.
You're the one standing by.
So I'll use my cantrip Sacred Flame, I guess, again. And so
Dexterity?
yes, dexterity. It's a 13.
I got a 13.
So I don't know. So that would be a save or not? I don't know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you match or exceed, you hit or you get saved, right?
Right. So it's like a DC saving throw type thing is the same thing as armor class. So if a tie goes to the roller.
Okay. So yeah, it's 13 is what that for that spell. At least where I am currently.
Okay. So that does half damage then, or does nothing?
It doesn't say anything about half damage.
So it must make a saving throw, or that's it?
Yeah.
Just jump out of the way? Okay. So you cast Sacred Flame, and he dives out of the way deftly. Or kind of clumsily, since he just barely did. All right. So he's swiping at Crow again. That's going to be a 19 and a 9. So I assume the 19 is going to hit?
Yep.
He's going to grapple you.
Oh, man.
Okay.
And Gesh.
Damn it.
I'm just assuming, firstly, everybody's still standing at the grave and no noise.
No, but you do kind of see some smoke starting to come out from the front door.
We're Gesh set the pillar on fire.
Yeah, the pillar's on fire, so there's smoke coming out of it.
A little smoke wafting. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little mayhem playing in the background.
Totally normal.
Yeah, mayhem's faintly playing in the background.
That's a joke for just us.
Yeah, just as black metal nerds. That was going to be my finishing move if we did this efficiently. It was, play that strong and burn it down as we walk away in slow motion. Shoot. Okay. Oh, hey, you know what? I thought I might have a crowbar. Am I able to pry Crow and the vampire apart from each other with a crowbar?
No.
No,
Even though it's a crowbar, I'm not going to give that to you.
I didn't even think of that. Okay. Shoot. All right. Well, I do have a bow. I could shoot some bolts with the risk of shooting Crow. I don't want to use Scorching Ray. I feel like that's too powerful. And if I would use Prestidigitation, I don't know what would work. Okay, so I think that's the best bet.
Every time, like it's my turn, just let me know.
Sure.
Just
I'll let you go. I'll let you go at the end of the order.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just so that I'm aware of kind of like what I see and hear and how I might react.
Okay, I will use my little short crossbow thingy.
Now, if you miss, you're gonna hit Crow.
I could pass on that turn though, but okay, I'm gonna
You
try.
You can hold your turn, because if he escapes, then during his turn you can still act at the end of the order.
Okay, I'm gonna hold.
Okay, so it is now Crow's turn.
Okay, I am going to try to break free.
Yep.
And 15 plus 6, 21.
Yeah, that'll do it. You shove him off good.
And then I will stand up if I was sitting down.
No, yeah, you're not prone or anything, so you can move back, but otherwise you're good.
I'll just stay there.
All right, Mick, it's your turn.
Bow it up. That'd be 12 to hit.
Nope, that misses.
All right.
And Jimbei.
All right. What do I want to do here? He's backed up. I really don't want to use my last spell just yet. Use my breath weapon. I'm running out of. Let's use the crossbow. Use the crossbow. 19.
That'll hit.
And that's 1d8 plus 1d8. 4.
Okay. And Jordan, it would be your turn, and you see kind of growing smoke billowing from the door.
Now, what about Gesh? Did he get
Like faint smoke or like?
Oh
like,
yeah, sorry, Gesh. You held your action, so you can go now.
Okay. I'm gonna do Scorching Ray.
Yep.
6.
Miss. So yeah. So sorry, Jordan. You see some the smoke starting to grow coming from the front door.
What like I'm trying to picture the quantity of smoke. Is it just like, oh, it's a faint little wisp, or is it like, shit, the church is on fire?
You don't necessarily get the sense the church is on fire yet, but it's more than just like, oh, there's some candles close by. Like it is, there is something burning inside.
And the other three standing staring at the grave.
Yeah, their backs are to the church.
But they're not starting to walk towards me or talking.
Not quite yet.
Oh yeah. I'll use my turn to kind of run and look in the door.
Okay. So from the door, you see like this smoke coming out from underneath the floorboards. Yeah.
You're like, shit, they went down there.
I turned to no one, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people?
Your patron says, I don't know. You're the one traveling with them, Jordan. All right. It is the vampire's turn. He's going to swipe at you with a claw. It's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And he's going to grapple you and try to bite you. And that's going to be a 19 to hit.
And that hits.
All right. So he's going to do 8 piercing damage and 10 necrotic damage.
Oh shit!
And your maximum hit points are reduced by 10.
Okay. Unconscious.
And he seems to be strengthened by that.
All right.
Gesh.
Can I? Is he off, Crow?
Yeah, Crow fell down.
Okay. Is prestidigitation powerful enough to make like a bright light?
You can make a bright light, but it would not mimic the sun.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like vampires wouldn't like light though, anyways, right? Whether it be sun, UV rays or not, it would just be too
I
bright.
think he's giving you a clue that it would.
Yeah, I know, right?
Are you
Okay.
trying to blind him?
Okay, I will use.
You can try to blind him, but it's not going to. I'll tell you right now, a bright light will not hurt him.
Okay, I will use scorching ray again.
Okay.
13.
13 will not hit.
Damn.
Crow, make a saving throw.
Five.
All right, that is a failure. So that is one failure. For those of you who don't know how saving throws work, once you are unconscious, you have to make 3 successes or 3 failures. It's an up and down 10 roll on a d20. So 11 or above is a save, 10 or below is a failure. A 1 is 2 failures, and a 20 is 2 saves. So you either make 3 saves or 3 failures first, not in a row, and you're either permadead or you regain consciousness.
We don't have any potions or anything, do we?
No, but I assume Jimbei probably has some sort of healing magic. And it is Mick's turn.
Okay. So, since I can talk and still do all my stuff, I'm going to tell Jimbei, my weapons don't seem to work. I'm going to do what I can to help. And I dive towards Crow and cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
Let's see, that'd be 1d8 plus my spell casting modifier. So he gets 6.
All right. So you are back to 6 hit points.
Does
And,
that?
Did I use
that?
them?
So, out of curiosity, did the -10 off a maximum, did that go away?
No, not until you
Okay.
do a long rest.
Okay.
No. Did I use up all of my 30 foot to dive to Crow?
Yes.
All right, so I'm now on my knees and Crow's back up.
Yes.
Okay. Then I can't do anything else. So
All right. So Jimbei.
So it's stronger. This is not going well. All right, we're going to cast Guiding Bolt again and see if we can hit this son of a bitch. 24.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
And I'm going to use my last of the channel divinity to do maximum damage without rolling. You can use
Oh,
channel divinity
shit.
for maximum damage instead of rolling for lightning or thunder damage. And that is 4d6, so that is 24.
24 damage. Got it.
Nice.
All right. So Jordan, it would be your turn, and you can start to see kind of like flickering light coming from beneath the floorboards.
What about sound? Any noise? Anything?
Yeah, a little faint crackling.
Just crackling. Okay.
I mean, at this point in the doorway, you could hear Mick say the thing about "I'm going to help" that he said during his turn.
You could always be not my clowns, not my circus.
Idiot.
I'm just literally just shaking my head to my patron. I have to save them, don't I?
Says, "Do what you want, Jordan. Not my problem."
God, I hate this. And I just start running towards I don't know. I don't even know. How do I know where they are?
You follow the smoke.
I mean,
The smoke is coming through the floorboards.
they left the door open to the room they're in, so you can see that. Okay, so I'll let you run to the top of the stairs this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you can run down if you want to use your dash action.
I will definitely do that.
All right, so you run down and you see the scene of like Crow and Mick kind of like hobbled and together in this haunted looking form, just like with blood dripping from his mouth.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So did it like react in any way to the damage I did? Does it look wounded?
I mean, yeah, he looks like unhappy, but he's still chill.
Oh, we're toast. We're all gonna die.
So it is his turn again, and he is going to go after Mick. Still has disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
15 to hit with a claw.
Does not hit.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
My armor class is 16.
Then his other claw is a 21.
21 was the disadvantage. Dang.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 and a 15, and he's got +6 to hit.
Oh wow.
So that he's going to grapple you.
Lovely.
And Gesh.
Try. I mean, he's grappled, right? Or he's
Yeah,
That-
he's grappled. Yep.
that always happens right before I go. I guess I will shoot with my bow.
All right.
17. Do I add anything to that at all?
Your
should I be-
dexterity modifier.
Okay, +2. I should have been doing that from the get-go.
That's
So-
only for your bow, not for your spells.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your spells, you add your spell attack modifier.
I'm sorry. Where do I find the spell attack modifier?
It should be based on your class. I'm not sure.
I think it's
but
charisma.
It's proficiency and
Plus,
whatever
yep.
his spells.
So plus
Charisma.
your proficiency is +2 plus your charisma modifier.
Yeah. Okay. I should have been doing that. My charisma is +3.
All right.
Okay.
So, you still wouldn't have hit on any of the things that you said. I don't think.
Right. Okay.
But that your crossbow will hit.
Cool. Do I roll with a D6 or
Yes. Whatever the crossbow damage is.
Should be D8 for crossbow.
D8? Okay.
Is it a light crossbow or a heavy crossbow?
I think it's a light one.
Yeah. So I think it's a D6.
Well, mine light says D8 because that's what
Okay. Then all right. Then a D8.
3.
Okay. Crow.
Yes.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay. So he
Make it-
has
make
me
it correct.
grappled, right?
Yes.
So I could walk away and not have an attack of opportunity on me, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to walk back to the staircase.
Okay.
That'll be
Nick.
the end of my turn.
Nick, make your strength saving throw.
20.
All right, you break free.
So I'm running down the stairs and Crow's running back out.
Yeah.
You just-
Whoa,
you just-
whoa,
you
whoa,
ran
whoa.
to
I
the
have my
base.
movement still, so to end my turn, I go and stand next to Jimbe.
Okay.
So we're all by the stairs.
Close the door.
Is that what we're doing? Are we
Were you busted?
Can we lock it? Is there any way to lock it? He's going to bust through the door. 'cause
You
it's all
broke
locked
the
now.
lock.
yeah, they were.
I mean, you can stand on it or something. He's not going to have the force to be able to probably, but
All right. I'm gonna use. Let's see. So it's over there by itself at this point. An action once per sure. Excel and at 5 by 30 feet line. Half damage. Success. 2d6 lightning damage. Try and decide if I want to use my breath weapon or if I just want to shoot the damn crossbow at it and then back up the stairs. 2d6, 1d8. I'm gonna shoot the crossbow. I guess we'll try the crossbow. That is not gonna hit. That's a 8. Yeah.
No, it's not going to.
And then I'm going up the steps.
All right.
If we're retreating, then I'm retreating.
Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw an Eldritch Blast at it just to, like, I don't know, back it off a little bit. Ooh. 15?
15 will hit.
Okay. Nine.
Is that necrotic damage?
That's a wonderful question. I don't think Eldritch Blast is necrotic.
Oh, I did forget. Like that guiding bolt is lightning or thunder. I think it's
Yeah, that's fine.
Give me a sec here.
Force damage. It's force damage.
Okay.
Is it?
All right.
I can find it. There it is. Force. Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Will. Thank you.
So the at the end of this round, the pillar that's on fire breaks and gives way, and a part of the ceiling falls down with it.
Oh, whoops.
On the vampire kid, right?
Part of
No.
the ceiling that's between us and the vampire, or behind the vampire?
To kind of to the side of him.
Okay.
so it means he can get out no matter what. Great.
Well, he's got to be able to fly to get out, right?
Well, he probably can climb out now.
On
Uh,
fires.
Well, he's a vampire. He can probably jump.
Wait, now did that happen during my turn or after my turn?
at the end of your turn, so at the end of the round that happened.
I can't shout something.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's downstairs but me. I'm the only one that went up the steps.
I'm right there at the steps at the bottom of the stairs. I'm just
Yeah.
going to be like,
Everyone-
guys, hit all the pillars. Like, hit the pillars. Hit the pillars.
He's right.
All right, so it is his turn, and he is going to climb up the wall and out the hole.
Whoa, he's loose.
But he will take some fire damage from that. Okay. Gesh, it's your turn.
Okay. So he is upstairs now. He's
He's
not.
upstairs.
Okay. I guess we all. I guess I exit out of the little basement area and make my way upstairs. Where's so Jim is Jimby upstairs or is he at the stairs?
He's at the top of the stairs.
Okay, and Jordan as well.
Jordan's at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, I will meet up with Jordan at the bottom of the stairs.
You were
You can go up the stairs if you want.
Okay, I will go up there with Jimby.
Okay. And Crow.
I'll head on up the stairs too.
Great. And Mick.
How far up the stairs can I go? Like, can I go?
You can get to the top of the stairs, and if you want to dash, you can get to the hallway.
Okay, and the hallway, I will be able to see the vampire.
You would assume so, yes.
Then I'm going to assume and dash.
All right, so you dash to the hallway, and you can see him. He's in kind of the main chapel area.
Okay.
And Jimbei.
So I'm going to go out to the hallway. And so how far is he from me at this point?
25, 30 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use my breath weapon, I guess. Is it
What's the range on?
30 feet.
Okay.
Action once per short rest, exhale a 5 by 30 foot line, half Dexterity saving throw, half damage on success, 2d6 lightning damage.
Dexterity. It's
Yep.
a 10, so I don't think that's going to do it.
Nope. So 2d6. 11.
All right.
Son of a bitch, this thing don't die.
With that, the priest and Ireena and Ismark come. You hear them from behind you, and the priest says, "No, don't hurt him, please."
Too late.
And it is his turn. He's going to rush at you, Jimbei, and hit you with his claw. That's a natural 20. But he is going to grapple you and try to bite you. And that is a 12.
That is not enough.
Okay, so you're grappled.
So wait, I am grappled or not?
Yeah, he hit you with his claw to grapple you. And that was a natural 20, so that's going to hit. And then he tries to bite you with his second attack.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Gesh.
I will maybe yell at the priest while this is happening and say, "What is happening? Who is this? Why should we hurt you? Is there anything we can do to stop this? Can we stop your child, assumedly?" I don't know.
He's a vampire. Yeah.
I still have an action, I just need to I just want to
Yeah.
see if the priest does anything.
I just love the fight first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
He says, "Please, he is cursed. Please, leave him."
You won't
What
leave
about-
us.
I know, right? He keeps hugging us.
He
He's a hugger.
has so much love to give.
The brother and sister don't do anything.
Not yet.
Man.
Okay. Okay, so Jimby's grappled up. I will hold my turn.
Okay. Crow.
I guess I'll go over to where Jimby's at, close, adjacent, and hold my turn.
Okay.
I'll attack if he breaks free.
Jimbei.
All right, I guess that.
Strength save.
Mick's in front of me, right?
You gotta make a strength saving throw because you're grappled.
Oh, I thought Mick went before I did.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I get a turn in here somewhere, right?
Yeah, you're at the end of the order.
So can I try to grapple the vampires even though he's grappling Jimbe?
Sure, you want to rip him off him?
If I can.
Sure, you make a strength contest against him.
Okay. So
we both roll a d20, add your strength, and
see what happens. Okay. 17.
15. So you are able to pull him off of Jimbei.
Okay.
Nice. And as I do that, then I'd like to say, blast him!
He will get an attack of opportunity for that.
Okay. Does he still have disadvantage?
It's been, I don't know, it's 10 minutes, so yeah.
Yeah, so yes. 14.
Does not hit.
Okay.
All right, so do I go or do Crow and Guest go because they passed their turn?
You go first.
Okay. So he's off me, sort of. So at this point, I'm already close to him. I'm going to take the Warhammer and try to hit him with my Warhammer.
Well, before he does that, since I got him off of Jimbei, do I now have him grappled, or did I just get him off and that's it?
Yeah, you just pull him off.
Okay.
Actually, do I want to do the Warhammer? Or do I want to do Super Flame? Warhammer does more damage. So we're going to swing the Warhammer.
Well,
Add. So that will hit. And then D8 plus 2. 7.
All right. So you strike him with your Warhammer, and it knocks him to the ground for a moment, and he looks out at you and kind of bares his teeth again. And Ireena runs in and stands between the two of you and says, "No, you mustn't kill him."
Does that make him pause, the vampire?
Yes.
He doesn't grapple her.
Okay, well then I would like to pipe up then and say, and why not?
She says, "Strahd has cursed him, but he is still my friend." And it is still his friend, her friend. Jordan, it's your turn.
Well, I've got to run to the top of the stairs and catch up with everybody.
Okay. So do you want to use your dash to get to the group?
Yeah, just to get to the outer edge of the action.
Okay, you got it. And it is the vampire's turn again, and he.
So what about Geshen?
Oh yeah, you held your action. So go ahead, Gesh first.
Well, I'm glad that the fighting has stopped, so maybe we can all talk now and get more answers. And now that the vampire boy has calmed down, can we get some explanation from the priest or something? Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to take an action then, because she's between us and the kid, so I'm not going to shoot at the risk of hitting her.
Still speak my character?
On your turn. I mean, unless there's a conversation happening.
I mean,
but you can't
I said my piece. I don't know if that counts for anything.
What did you say?
I said, now that the fighting has stopped, can we get some answers of why, what's happening? She apparently her. What's that?
It seems like I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just glad the fighting has stopped, and so can the priest answer to what happened to the boy, and can we do anything to help him?
He kind of just like starts mumbling and praying under his breath, and Ireena says, "Don't you think if he knew, he would have helped him already?"
Okay, well, what should we do now? I mean,
we're technically still in battle, right?
Yeah, we're technically still.
So I can't say anything until my turn.
What you think you need to do?
Yeah, I mean the kid stopped fighting apparently, so I'm not gonna.
You don't know that. It's not his turn.
Okay, well, I will move to the back of the room then by Jordan.
Okay. Crow?
Well, I mean, I guess I'll sort of stand down because it looked like he stood down to the vampire.
So back at the top of the order in his turn, and he is going to dash through the chapel and break through one of the windows and run off.
Well, we live.
Yeah.
But
But
turn to Mick and go, God damn it, Mick.
but you all
Told you this was a bad idea.
And when Crow says that, you all kind of look at him, and he doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
Oh, he got bit.
And he falls over.
No.
And we will end there.
What a cliffhanger. Man.
Freaking Mick.
I heard a child in danger. I had to investigate. It's against the law.
No, Dad.
It's not against the law.
To cage a child and not feed them, starvation? Yeah, that's endangerment.
I'm really thinking I should have just when you went downstairs, I should have shut it behind you,
I
rechanged
told you.
and shoved something through the chain and just walked away.
The real problem is that every time we fired any of the weapons, he was taking half damage all the time. We got to get to town probably in the next episode and get something that doesn't get half damage.
I hit him with 40 some odd damage from those two guiding bolts, and he was like, ow. It was not the half damage was the problem.
Well, it sure didn't help.
Yeah.
Twice as good as what we had.
Yeah, I hit him for 46 between those two guiding bolts, and it did nothing.
Well, I mean, it hurt him. So we'll pick up there next week, hopefully, as long as everyone's schedule allows it. And thanks everyone for joining us, and hope you all had fun. See you next time. Bye.
So yeah, we can't kill vampires.